Good evening and welcome to Stupid O'Clock News. I'm Lewis Lee, and you're not. Dateline, Pasadena, California. NASA is working with deep sea explorers to develop an autonomous submarine, perhaps to explore the oceans of Europa. The deep sea submersible has been built that uses autonomous navigation software developed by members of the JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratory, for the Mars Perseverance rover and Ingenuity helicopter. That vessel will be deployed off a NOAA ship into the deepest trenches on Earth, diving as far as 36,000 feet on autonomous missions, as opposed to remote-controlled missions currently available. The next step would be to get the vessel to the Jovian moon of Europa to explore that world's oceans looking for signs of life. Obviously, no one at JPL or NASA has watched 2010, the year we make contact. Watch it, folks. There's a warning. Thank you. Let's start the show.
Okay. Yeah. I was queued up, ready for a good night, everybody, or a rim shot. You come up with a good story.
All those stories are good.
Thanks.
And we already got a couple quick comments right now. Ryan Permisson, thanks for tuning in, Ryan. He says, "What's up, guys? What are some trade paperbacks that belong in everyone's collection?" Well, I'm glad you asked, because there's a great book called Abducted by a Tom Darby Adventure by John L. Hollifield.
Plug.
It's available on Amazon. The audiobook is narrated by Walt Allen, but that is definitely one you need to put into your collection.
I was going to say Ray Bradbury's Martian Chronicles, and you throw an ad for me up there, and now I feel like a heel.
Well, right.
Actually sold one yesterday.
Game.
I actually sold a copy of that yesterday. And if he likes it, he's going to leave me a review, and he may pick up the Spaceport Boar series, the short story series book.
Okay. And then Ryan also asked, the first convention you're going to when Earth reopens? Well, Ryan,
Helicon.
Definitely.
Staying on the self-promotion kick.
Yeah, staying on the self-promotion kick. Helicon 2021 in Dalton, Georgia, October 29th through the 31st. Information is at helicon.com.
Joe.
What?
Joe, how much did you pay Ryan to put those in there so that you could plug all this stuff?
901 and 902. I mean, the credits were still rolling, dude.
Yeah.
Just checking. All right. So how is everyone today?
I don't know, but I'm glad to see the two of us have classic vehicles in our background.
Oh, I'm loving the TARDIS in the backyard, man. That's awesome.
Oh, that's actually the front yard.
Oh, okay.
I want to build one out there to replace my little doghouse size wheelhouse. And if I play my cards right, I can even wire it so when the pump comes on, the light turns on. Professional.
Will it make that same sound?
If I spring for the speakers and the if I spring for the speakers and the digital recording, yeah, I can do that. But I'm only hoping that people don't pull up on the side of the road and try and call the cops or something.
See, if you were on,
I'm not going to put a phone in there because that costs me money.
If you were on well water, you could protect your well pump, your pump head.
Exactly.
That kind of sounds like it.
Yeah, I do have a well.
Oh, there you go.
We have no city water out this far. I mean, there's no such thing. When I first bought the place, they tried running cable TV out here, but they didn't put the cable far enough in the ground, and the people that the county sends by to mow the ditches and things alongside the road ran over what was sticking out of the cable and cut it in half, and the cable company said, well, y'all just doing without cable. Everybody bought satellite dishes and never looked back. Yep. And now we're making do off of Roku's and stuff. So we're just getting it through the phone line, which is either along the telephone poles or a much deeper cable that got buried better. Let me tell you that.
Carl Whistleman says he's sorry to be late. He had 3 shows going at once, but closed in now just to watch us. I can't believe you cut off Willow Schuyler to come watch us. What is wrong? What is wrong with you,
Or the
Carl?
comic book guys. That's,
It's them Cuban cigars. I think he got one of the left-handed ones by mistake.
Hey, Carly.
Hey, Carly.
Hey, Carly.
I like Carly because she always likes all my jokes I post.
Yeah, she laughs at some of mine too. Oh, so Lewis, how have you been? You've been on assignment the last several shows.
I have been as busy as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. I mean, it's good to be busy, but
it gets
tired.
exhausting.
Yeah.
World going back to normal. We may have to start revamping the show and the hours and the lengths.
Well, at least maybe cut back to 1 day a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I can do to maintain my sanity without y'all twice a week, and the green room on Friday, and skunk on Sunday. This is my escape from the real world. I mean, I tell you, I need y'all.
Carl says, Carly must be in another chat room. Well, Carl, we are blasting to 3 YouTube channels and 3 Facebook channels.
Oh, guess what I got to do today?
What?
I went shopping at Costco without a face mask.
Oh.
If you've been vaccinated, no face mask.
Do you have to show proof, or do you just say,
Darling, I've got my shot records dating back to 1985 out in my truck right now.
Wait. And I'll bet you they look something like that.
They look. Actually, mine are not quite in that good a condition, but real close. So.
Well, let's see. The first date on here is 1 August 1978, I believe.
Oh, you got me beat. My first one was like 3 March 85. But I've got 2 of those actually. I've got the one that's totally filled up, and then a new one.
Now look. Now that is boot camp, buddy. All right, so that's July 78.
July 78.
That's what you get. That's what you get within a couple of weeks. Is all these shots.
Now,
then,
question. Hey,
I was almost through with college.
When I was embedded, I had to get a second one because I had to get all the Middle East shots. So this one's from the Navy, and then this one was from being embedded with a unit.
Hey, Lewis, did you have the pneumatic gun?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
My set of shots that I got in basic training were with pneumatic guns, and 2 months after I got out of basic training, they said, we're going to quit using those because they spread blood and you get AIDS from getting all those shots in basic training. Like,
yeah. Well, this was 78.
Thanks for telling me now.
AIDS wasn't around then.
Yeah, really. I think the last one I got a pneumatic vaccination was polio in the 50s. 60s would have been the 60s.
I don't remember if I ever got a polio shot.
Smallpox. Oh, well, I don't know what it was.
Smallpox was.
Okay.
Because it leaves.
That's the one then.
Yeah.
The little circulars.
That funky scar.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, polio was on a sugar cube.
Yep.
Back
Ours
got
were
them in the same day.
Plastic things that they squirt the Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah. I saw
Yeah.
those too.
No,
I don't remember.
I got the pneumatic shot, which must have been the smallpox, and then the same day we got the sugar cube for the polio, and no, I never felt the thing from either one of them. And being a child of the '60s, when you eat a sugar cube, you're supposed to be tripping.
There was a lady next to me in Costco's. We were coming in the door, and the lady, you know how they have the greeter at the door that checks your card? She was telling everybody as they walk in, if you've had your shots, you don't have to wear a mask. The lady next from me goes, thank God. Pulls, and everybody was like pulling their mask off, sticking it in their pocket.
No,
Okay, Joe,
Yes.
can everybody mute and come up one at a time to find out who's got that roaring sound in the background?
I'm here.
Okay, and this is me. Can everybody hear me? Process of elimination, Dan.
do you hear any roaring sound? I heard
Right,
the
that's
roaring.
weird.
I heard the roaring sound stop as
Oh.
soon as you muted your own mic.
Huh. Let me mute it again. It's Joe. No? Yeah, it is Joe. Joe,
Joe's got a definite hum going on in the background there, but it's a very electronic hum, like an ungrounded stereo speaker, or
yeah,
record player.
well, yeah. It's a 60 cycle hum, but I'm talking about it like a grinding.
Oh, I
sound.
can hear it too. I just can't figure
Yeah.
out which one of us is doing it.
I've got a fan going in my window.
No, it's not that.
Can you hear it now? Joe's the only one that's
It's
muted.
almost like somebody rubbing up against a microphone.
Alexa, play death metal.
Ha! I changed her name.
Echo, play death metal. Sam, play death metal.
Sam.
You're still muted, Joe.
Play notifications.
Hey, you had to say that, didn't you?
Hey, Sam.
There
what's
it
in your
comes
wallet?
back. There it comes back. It's
Yeah, it's
just roaring
definitely
away.
Oh, he's short tonight.
You still using your desk mic?
Yeah.
I don't know what could be causing it.
Probably the springs on the mic.
Mark Zuckerberg. That is the sound of Mark Zuckerberg having a conniption fit because he's losing money.
Oh, no, that's a good name for your Alexa.
I want to be able to rename the Alexa Sarah. So that
Really?
I can come home and say, Sarah, lights on.
Now,
Didn't
the
want
significance of
Eureka?
that name. No, the significance of that did not strike me either. There's a
Okay.
cultural reference I'm missing, or
Yeah, Sci-Fi Channel show Eureka.
Eureka.
The smart house
Oh,
is named Sarah.
okay. I
Have
did
you-
actually.
oh,
I did actually watch that. It's been a long,
Lewis.
long time.
have you heard that they're thinking about bringing back Stargate SG-1
Yeah.
and combining it with Eureka?
What?
What are they going to
Mixing
call
the
it?
two
Strangers?
groups together.
I'd love to see Colin Ferguson back, besides on Maytag commercials. But
Well, I like to see him and Sam as cousins because that was the rumor they were cousins.
oh yeah,
No. If I had one, I'd probably name it Ziggy because I really like Quantum Leap quite a bit.
oh yeah, that was cool.
You mentioned
Oh.
Ziggy. My mom just got a puppy.
Hmm.
It will be when it grows up, if we let it grow up. It will be a full-sized poodle.
I can see where the doubt about allowing it to grow up might come into the picture.
It's not going to be a miniature. It's not going to be a toy. It's going to
Standard.
be a German Shepherd-sized poodle.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've seen only 2 of those in my lifetime, and they were
Thank
spread
goodness
apart
they
in
are
time.
intelligent and easy to train,
Mm.
and they don't shed.
They don't shed, and technically you're not supposed to be allergic to them. But this dog is dumb as a bag of hair.
Oh, really?
Well, it's 9 weeks old, but it's just it wants to be this cute puppy, but it does stupid stuff like it tries to jump on the back of your legs while you're walking, and then whines and cries when you accidentally kick it because it's trying to jump on the back of your legs while you're walking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to tell you, there's nothing like getting hit in the kneecap with a 10-pound chihuahua in the back of the kneecap while you're trying to walk with a bad back.
I'm hoping that experience will evade me for the rest of my life. I'm not particularly fond of that breed. Mostly, there have been only a few that I have ever met who were not so overly protective of their owners, companions, that they were ill-mannered towards everyone else in the vicinity, no matter how harmless those people are. Now, I understand they can be adorable, they can be precious, but they're really, really overprotective. And I don't fault them that for a bit, because the people that do have them value them for it. That's one of the reasons they do value them that highly, is because they will protect and come on alert and be a nice little burglar alarm. And there'd be a lot of people that would say the same thing about my cats, is I don't want one. I'm going, yeah, but you've never had 16 of them try and climb in your lap at the same time either, have you?
My mom is 74 years old. She does not need a dog with the energy level of a full-size poodle.
Oh, yeah. My little sister made the mistake of getting my dad something along that size, but it was a terrier, one of the little terriers, and it was like somebody had slipped this dog about 2 pounds of coffee beans, or something medically along that line. It was definitely overstimulated, and after about a week, she had to rehome that dog because it was just too much for mom and dad. I mean, there was no way they could keep up with it, and it was just about small enough to step on. So,
Well, we've got another cat.
oh,
Yep. Hello, Facebook user. Don't know who you are.
Joe.
Yes.
That was me.
Oh. Okay. Well. Yeah, I discovered him out in the yard today.
I see why you're not posting all of the comments now. Back to full screen.
What? Talking about poodles are the dumbest dog?
Oh no, it was a couple higher than that.
I used to raise poodles in the 60s and early 70s, and we never had a problem. Ours were always very trainable.
Yeah,
they were smart, but we were very careful about our breeding. We made sure that they didn't inbreed. Once we got a litter, they were gone, and we would bring in new males every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. My parents had one for a while. My second wife inherited one from her dad, and after she passed, I wound up with it. And Lindsay took up with it and just absolutely adored that little dog. And he was, I mean, you couldn't even spell words you didn't want him to know you were saying. He could spell much less understand English spoken by Southerners, which is far beyond the capacity of some human beings.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, well, I sort of got some good Helicon news.
I saw you hint that on Facebook. What is it?
No, well, I'll tell you what that was on Facebook. I got to tell you that off air.
Okay.
But we only have 4 booths left.
Wow.
you're almost sold out for vendors. All right. That is the congratulations. That's wonderful.
And John, it didn't work.
No, I'm wondering. It lost my. It forgot who I was.
Lost your mind for a second, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it this year. We've got a good nest egg started. We'll be able to get some good food. And
Speaking of food, have you made any more progress on your griddle?
I got to looking at it, and as bad as it is, it's either replace it or buy a whole new one.
Oh,
Replace
man.
the top or buy a whole new one. And
I hate that for you.
they can't keep the top in stock.
No, those
Black,
things I mentioned would
Blackstone
sell out quite a
often
bit.
sells out of models. Yeah.
I'll keep my eyes open and see if Ace Hardware has a sale on any of them. They owe me big time.
John, where did you get that photograph?
What photograph?
Your background.
Look at that photograph.
The Chattanooga Choo Choo?
Yeah,
At the Choo Choo.
you took it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really proud of that one.
Oh, good. Yeah, because I've got several of the train from various similar angles, and I was going, he's been stalking my Facebook photographs and pulling out what he wants. Yeah.
I think everybody in southern United States has this picture.
I wouldn't doubt it. I was very proud to finally, the last year that LibertyCon was there, I was finally able to get the torchlight from the different promenades there, out in the garden area, in focus.
This was, there was something going on at Choo Choo. I can't remember what, but they did a big renovation. They painted everything.
Mhm.
And then we went there and we had one of the conventions there. I can't remember if it was Chattacon or LibertyCon.
It was Chattacon just after the 100th anniversary of the Choo Choo.
I think this was actually LibertyCon
Oh, okay.
because I've got several pictures, but if you notice real close, the people in the background are wearing shorts.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's Liberty. I'm pretty sure that's not Chattacon. Chattacon's in January. And yeah,
It might have been before the restorations of the Choo Choo.
but they did the
because-
rest. They painted everything, and this was right after the train got painted. You can see everything's nice, bright, shiny, pretty.
Mhm. But my point was that it looks like that is the pre-reconstruction where they shut down all the little shops over on that side
Now, this
and
was,
turned
they
it
still
into
had all
something else.
they still had all the shops up.
Yep,
I think.
that was what I'm saying. So it would have been, bugger me if I could think of the year because it's been so many times.
Yeah, I think the shop's still there. Okay.
I would say definitely, yeah. That was when the Choo Choo was actually nice to go to instead of a bunch of apartment buildings.
It's probably the fan off my computer, Carl. He says the wind noise is quiet while I'm talking, it's quiet.
The noise only comes up when you ain't talking.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't be bothered by it very often.
I took a bunch of my mom's stuff to Goodwill today. I went to that Goodwill right in front of the Rave Theater there off of South Terrace. And there's a plaza there right next to the Rave. It's where Chef Lynn's and all that. It's used to have Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Mhm.
half of that plaza is empty. Just
Yeah, they had a game shop there.
for forever, and
It's no longer, and
well, I mean, literally half the shops in that plaza are
yeah.
empty. And I'm like, darn, you know. I'm wondering if that was just lousy shops or COVID.
Both.
Message from Skunk, he's going to be late.
Oh.
No kidding.
Probably fighting his computer again.
If you'll
No,
excuse me,
he
No,
was
he's probably fighting traffic.
no,
I
he
gotta go
was
figure out what's
doing,
making noise in my house. I'll be back in a moment.
Skunk is doing something in Athens and lost track of time. He said he's going to be super late.
All right.
I hope it's Athens, Tennessee, and not Athens, Georgia, because he'd have a long haul.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Oh
good.
man, I heard that they're trying to close down the varsity in Athens.
Nobody is trying to close it down, but the people that own it.
Yeah.
They want to stop having. They don't want to have the restaurant anymore. This is the youngest generation of the family that owns it now. They've owned it for decades. Goes all the way back to at least the 50s, and they don't want to run it anymore. So they have asked for permission to demolish it and put in a grocery store.
Oh, we need
And
another damn food city.
well, at the size of the place they've got, it'll be either another Kroger, or it will be an Ingles, or somebody else that has no business being a grocery chain. But the thing is, the Athens Clark County government has already done some behind the scenes lawmaking and rezoning so that they can't build a high-rise apartment building there. So I don't know how much money they were expecting to make, but Clark County cut them off at the knees.
Well, talking about families not wanting to continue a restaurant, what about Mom's Italian Villa?
Now
Have you ever
y'all are
been there,
more familiar with that.
Mm-mm.
It was just right down from the Choo Choo. Oh, Dan, the Christmas parties at the Choo Choo, the chocolate mousse,
Mm-hmm.
that came from Mom's.
Okay.
Yeah, I miss Mom's Italian. That was good food.
We have this big painting on the wall down in the living room, and it's on these two big nails. One of them, it came off the nail, so this big damn painting is hanging at the side. Dogs are all staring at it like.
Did you ask them which one did it?
No, they were too scared.
Well, I'm almost through cleaning up the debris for demolition of the old tool shed behind the house. And it turns out, now that I have seen the concrete pad it was sitting on, it's going to be too small for the greenhouse. I can't put it there without some really expensive new underpinning to make sure it doesn't sag or break all this expensive plastic. So Lindsay and I are looking for our alternative locations inside the that same area to put it. And if we do that, that means I have to tear out the entire what used to be the cat pen back when they were kittens. So I've got to take down a bunch of chicken wire, and I've got to pull up about 12 8-foot tall landscaping ties, not railroad ties, but the smaller landscaping ties, which gives me some more lumber to work with. The stuff's really expensive now, so
Those rounded off 4x4s.
Yeah, the flat on two sides, but not all four. Yeah.
It's sort of.
Yeah. They're sort of oval shaped. Yeah.
Those things ain't cheap.
They
Never
were when
were.
I bought them.
Do what?
They were when I bought them. That thing's been there for going on 16 years now. Them cats is getting old. But I had the entire thing, all three sides and the roof, chicken wire, to keep coyotes out and keep owls from coming in and getting the kittens when they were teeny tiny. Now they're all the size of footstools, so no owl in his right mind would be tackling this.
That's not one of those that they can go in and out through the window, is it?
Nope. Matter of fact, at one time they could. There wasn't even a cat flapping a door for them to get out of. But once they got large enough to where they figured out how to push the fencing aside in certain spots where it had gotten weak, and they could get out to inside the much larger dog pen, we just took the door down because it was a pain to just be opening and closing this thing every time you wanted to go in and fill up the food containers or the water bowls or stuff like that. So now they just kind of live in the yard. They've got little igloo dog houses that they can sleep in. I built a much smaller little shed about the size of a closet that's got a couple of cat trees in it and beds and stuff like that. They'll get in that from time to time, but mostly they just stay under the pergola I built for the barbecue grill, or whatever.
Now, you know Amazon sells cat traps, don't you?
Why would I need traps? All I got to do is go outside and sit in a chair, and all of them come running.
No, you know how you get one?
Oh yeah, you just order something, you get a box.
Yeah.
Believe me.
All right, what's this, John?
All right. I put this up here for Lewis.
It's a very large cat trap.
Yeah, very large cat.
That is very similar to the configuration of my old ship, because mine had a 5-inch gun and an ASROC launcher, anti-submarine rocket launcher, on the forecastle, and on the fantail it had a helo deck. But this one appears to be nuclear.
No, it's gas.
I know it's not, but the smokestacks.
It has two smokestacks.
Yeah, it has two stacks, but they don't look like they're diesel.
No, gas turbine. This is the new Constellation class frigate.
Oh, so they're bringing frigates back.
They're trying to replace the Oliver Hazard Perry class. They were going to do it with. They were going to get Italy to build them a bunch of frigates.
What?
Yeah, tell me about it. And
you know how the Italian admirals view their fleet?
with a
glass bottom boat.
Yeah.
Evidently, nobody told the United States government what the meaning of the word fiat is.
Yeah, fix it again, Tony.
Yeah. No offense,
looks
though,
like they've got
the Italian Navy does have good boats.
Yeah, they bought them from us.
No, they actually have a pretty good shipbuilding thing.
Those
Especially
are
when it comes to
torpedoes amidships.
Those aren't torpedoes. Those are the new.
Are they ASROC?
It's a new anti-ship missile. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, kind of like the Exocet?
Sorta, yeah.
Okay.
Let me go to the picture here. That is a rolling airframe missile launcher. Okay. These are the anti-ship missiles go left to right. This is a 48-shot vertical launch cell.
Yeah, it's a vertical launch rocket.
Right. And a 3-inch gun. Automatic.
3-inch?
3-inch automatic gun.
Okay. Well, 3-inch is good for the little littoral ships they're going to try to shoot at.
Hey,
See, a lot of radar guns on there too.
76 millimeter is not exactly a tiny gun shell. So.
Well, no, but for a ship.
The one thing I don't see though I don't see a Sea Whiz.
A what?
The 20 millimeter Gatling gun with the R2D2 on top.
Oh, the phalanx.
Sea Whiz, yeah. Close in weapon system.
Yeah, I was looking for that myself.
Y'all know more about it
I
than
tell
I
you
would.
what, you see the superstructure there?
Mm-hmm.
There's a little wing on the outside, and there's a device all by itself. That may be, that may be a new generation of it.
One for each side.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, the Oliver Hazard Perry class had one, and it was a midships, which
Yeah.
sucked. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
They should've
that's
put it-
dumb. If you're
Yeah,
going
they
to
should've
have
put two
something
on.
like that, it needs to be out on the end, or you need to have two of them, one on each side.
Right.
That way, you never find yourself needing to cross your beam.
That and the Oliver Hazard Perry class, another stupid thing they did, they put the 3-inch gun amidships. You couldn't shoot the gun forward because you'd hit your own damn bridge.
Yeah.
Which means you had to turn the ship 30 degrees one way or the other to engage a target forward.
Yeah.
That's never a good idea.
Which means you had to turn broadside to an oncoming submarine.
Something like that.
So they can get a shot off too.
Yeah, and you never want to be broadside to a sub.
Heck, you don't want to be broadside at all. Unless you're a battleship. Unless you're a battleship, you do not want to be broadside.
Well, speaking of battleships, I was just noticing that hull number. Looks like they're recycling the 2-digit 60 series battleship numbers. My fast frigate had a 4-digit number. It was 1097, and that was hell to repaint that underway, hanging over the side. 4 numbers, man.
Let me see. What is that missile system called?
So you got that honor one time, huh?
Everybody gets that honor one time.
It has 32. It has a 32-shot vertical launch cell, and then let me see here. 16 canisters for over the horizon. They got a new the Navy Strike missile is what they call it.
Okay,
is the new one, over the horizon anti-ship missile, and then 50. Oh, that's only a 57 millimeter gun. Darn.
Getting down to the pocket pistol size as far as
no, that's a good anti-aircraft round, but why they went with 50? I mean, I don't think we have a ship in the U.S. Navy that has 57 millimeter rounds.
You do now.
Oh, speaking of aircraft, I had something buzz my house today.
Oh, it wasn't Fritz. He was flying the other day.
What?
DEA?
Let's just say she was an old bird.
Oh, the B-29?
17.
Oh,
I wished it was the B-29.
I've flown in a 17, a 24, and a 29.
They had a group of similar era planes over in Huntsville.
It was them.
And Fritz got to fly in one, yeah.
Yeah, he got. It was the cheaper of the flights. That was the command and control plane. It was the general's planes. It was decked out on the inside.
Oh, excuse me, not a 29. A B-17, a B-19, and a B-24.
A B-19?
B-24 was the All-American.
I've never heard of a B-19.
Yeah.
Well, we now have 2 flying B-29s.
Oh?
Yeah. Fifi has a brother now. They call him Doc.
Okay, yeah. Doc's the one that's been flying around for a while. You got your B-17, which is an old Boeing bomber. The B-29, which
the B-19 was the Flying Fortress. Had a big ass.
B-17 was Flying Fortress.
Yeah, 17's Fortress.
Oh.
Then we had a B-24 Liberator. That was consolidated, made that one. And then let's see, we had a couple of smaller bombers had an A-20 and a B-20. You had a Havoc and an Invader, I think they were called, if I remember correctly. They were twin engine. Then you had a B-25 Mitchell, which was also a twin engine.
Okay, I did not fly the B-19, but there was one.
Was there?
Yep.
I've never heard of a B-19 before.
Yeah, let me.
I'll be right back.
I'm ready for the B4.
There's an XB-19, which was a Douglas
Yes.
experimental aircraft.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to come out for the B4 because I know what we're going to call it. Bingo.
And bingo was his name. Let's see. I think the next B plane we're going to have is a B-21.
There's the XB-19.
Right. You flew in one of those?
No, I am incorrect.
Ah.
I'll have to look through my photos.
It's probably a
I know it
B-17.
was a 17 and a 24. Yeah, this one it was used in limited capacity, but for some reason they just scrapped the idea. So
Looks underpowered.
And Dan, the Navy strike missile is basically the new Harpoon missile. So,
Oh.
Dan left C-3PO to answer for him.
no kidding. Look at this pretty picture, Dan. That's one of the new
Stealth ships.
no, that's the Littoral. The stealth ship's a little different.
Yeah, that's an LCS. Looks like Liberty variant.
And then let me see. As a can destroy enemy ships at distances greater than 100 nautical miles.
That's reaching out and touching someone.
500-pound warhead, programmable fuse. Let's see here.
100 nautical miles. That's
You could hit Atlanta from here.
yeah. They won't even see what's coming.
No,
Unless they got really good
looks
radar.
like it's a low altitude too.
Do what? I didn't.
Looks like it's a low altitude flyer.
I think it can do all. It can do the high angle of attack or come in stealthy low, and then do the pop up like the Harpoon did. You know what else I like about the Navy strike missile? Let's see, bring a picture up here. Let's see, yeah. Darn it. Hope I'm not boring everybody with ordnance here.
No, I like blowing things up.
That's
Ooh,
the
We can
that's
lend them to the
Marine
Army?
Corps version. Yeah. You can bet there's a bunch of those sitting in Taiwan right now.
Oh yeah.
That's a pretty cool looking motor on there.
yep.
Looks like some Elon Musk might have designed. He really is going to be Iron Man before this is over.
Either that or Dr. Evil.
My money's on Doctor Strange without any sorcery.
Well, that would just be strange.
Yeah,
I think he's already halfway there.
I'll tell you right now, he's one Happy Meal away from being a supervillain. Bad Happy Meal away from a supervillain.
He needs to stay out of Athens, though. Otherwise, closing the varsity would put him right over the edge. It's already pretty
As
much
long as they don't close the one by
everybody
Georgia
over
Tech.
the edge here.
As long as they don't close the one by Georgia Tech, I'm fine. What do you have? What do you have?
Yeah, but I can't drive to an hour and a half to Atlanta for
Love me some
chili
chili
dog.
burger.
Oh Lord!
Oh,
And I am going to miss those onion rings. I used to go to the
Oh,
I used to go
know.
to the taco stand, get a burrito deluxe combo, and then drive down the street to the varsity and get me an order of onion rings to go with it.
Are they still open right now, though?
Yeah,
Are they operating until they learn?
The employees have gone on record as saying we don't have the slightest idea when we're going to close, so we're still working, and it's all up in the air. The permit for demolition has not been granted yet, so the county government could just say, "Nope, we're going to keep the building there."
At least
And if y'all want to vacate it, we'll sell it to somebody else that wants to keep this open.
Yeah, at least they're smart enough to keep making money while they're in limbo.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have just shut it down and boarded up the windows. But
over the last year and a half, it's been really rough on every kind of restaurant you can think of.
Oh yeah.
So I imagine most of their stuff has been made through the drive-through, and their drive-through was probably designed by Wile E. Coyote because it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Well,
have you ever seen how they close down a Crystal?
Well, I remember them closing down the one on Ross Boulevard.
Do you know how much notice the employees had?
Probably like, get out, we're locking the doors.
Hey, open the door.
The crew showed up and were putting plywood on the windows when they told them the place is closed.
I'm glad I didn't make the smart remark that I originally thought of when Joe said that. So.
What did you say? What were you thinking?
Let Joe come in for one last order and then light a candle?
But yeah,
instant demolition.
Grease fire of the gods.
More like, that's too small to be a tactical nuke. It's got to be something else.
Hey, John, speaking of demolition, let me give you something to think of. A wash tub, 5 gallons of gasoline, and a candle on the counter. Think that would do the trick?
They've got a microwave oven. You don't need a candle.
One of my best friend's ex-wife tried to burn down their trailer, their mobile home, by sticking a big lighter in a microwave and setting it for 6 hours. It didn't explode.
No, I mean it might melt and burn, but
well, it's big lighter, metal top. There should have been a spark, but the mobile home's still standing, even though my friend doesn't live there anymore.
Yeah. You take a bottle of cooking oil, put it in your microwave for about 30 minutes on high, and you put that in there with a bunch of newspapers and stuff like that.
Well, you know what happens with the wash tub full of gasoline and a candle sitting on the counter?
Depends on how big the damn room is.
Well, a kitchen. Long burning candle.
Well,
of course, you could soak a bunch of clothes in gasoline, toss them in the dryer.
Let's not talk about dryer fires.
We're going to get investigated. Forget about Facebook jail. We're looking at Leavenworth. We keep talking this way.
No, $17,000 worth of damage to my house because of a dryer fire.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, if we do go to Leavenworth, request C block. They recently renovated it.
I don't think they take requests.
You'd be surprised.
Wait a minute. We would actually get to go to Leavenworth?
Probably not. I'm
We're
hoping
not-
for Guantanamo. I've never been to Cuba.
We might be able to get on the bus, but I can't guarantee we would actually arrive anywhere.
I like the idea of trying to break out of Guantanamo and actually standing outside the fence at the Guantanamo base there and waving at the Marines and bye guys, and walk off into Cuba.
I'm sure like that's going to happen. What, are they not allowed live ammo there?
No, but they're not allowed to pursue into Cuba.
Mm.
Yeah,
They don't have to pursue. They just have to interdict.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Pull a bullet over and say, "Hey, no papers, no entry."
yeah, you cross the gate at Guantanamo, you're in a foreign country, hostile foreign country.
I think they've actually got a DMZ around Guantanamo, that there's a certain area that the Cubans aren't supposed to go into and the Marines aren't supposed to go into.
Well, all I know is that when I went to boot camp in Orlando, we were always told that the sheriff's department, any deputies that caught an escape recruit got like a $500 bonus. So they were always patrolling the gate, looking for any of us who were trying to say, "Yeah, this shit ain't for me."
No, they just, the deputies and sheriffs outside the gate just knew that they could bilk the military for as much money as they wanted to.
Yeah.
Every military base has one. You got some little town or county right outside the military base that basically paid for their new city hall with a radar gun.
Oh, yeah.
I won't
Sounds
mention
like
any
Albuquerque
names. There's
only,
a little
little
town
bitty
called
town.
West Point, just north of Fort Knox. They had two traffic lights, and neither one of them seemed to work correctly.
Hey, I got an idea. You guys seen these?
What is that?
It's a little plastic jar
Shaped like a
you
light
can put
bulb.
stuff in, but it's shaped like a light bulb.
Ah,
Isn't that neat? Went to a party this past weekend, a COVID shot party. Everybody invited had their shots, so we were totally maskless and had some brisket. But as party favors, they had these filled up with M&Ms, yellow M&Ms, and there was attached a pin that said, "I got my Fauci ouchie."
ah.
So I thought that was cool. I gotta figure out what I want to put in it now. Got to reuse something that cool.
Oh yeah.
Glenlivet.
Well, what would be cool is put some of those little tiny LED lights in there.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can order
They're
them.
on sale at Harbor Freight, like
You can-
$6.99 for them.
Yeah.
They have these things called breadcrumb chem lights. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They're about 1.5 inches long and about 3/8 of an inch thick, and they're just little teeny tiny chem lights. And they were used for trail markers for the longest time. I don't know if they don't last very long. I don't know if you can find them. Those things were great for drinks.
Just drop that in a drink and you got a glowing cocktail.
In my day, we used them. They called them. They had a little mouthpiece that you put in your mouth, and they would light up the inside of your mouth. I sold them at Riverbend.
Yeah, much wilder childhood than I did. I was one out there catching fireflies for Oak Ridge Laboratories to be able to make those chem lights. Figure out how to make them. I think me and my sister put in like a 5-gallon drum of fireflies over the years, and they were all bagged up in sandwich baggies and whatnot, and delivered to whatever particular part of Oak Ridge Labs was doing that.
Were they still alive or
Well,
past their expiration date?
most of them were recently deceased, but a few might have been still alive and kicking by the time they got to the lab. It was recommended you catch them in a jar, you wait till they stop moving, you put them in the sandwich baggie and put them in the freezer. And when you had a baggie full, they went off to the lab.
Oh, so a pack of 50 for $40. Well, that's probably not too bad.
No.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Somebody had recommended you take old toilet paper rolls and cut little eye holes in it and put a light stick inside and put it in the yard, scatter them in the yard for Halloween. So you had these little glowing eyes looking out of the grass at you.
Well, Lewis, you remember when I was selling those things at Riverbend?
Yeah.
That was good money. God, that was good money.
We used to take those that you just saw and put them in a small piece of paper or aluminum foil, whatever, and point them in one direction, and you'd use them as trail markers so your guys could see where they were going down the trail, but you couldn't see them from the other direction.
Yeah, that's the aluminum foil acted as a reflector to keep it going in your monodirectional.
Right.
I didn't know that. I deduced it from what John said.
If you knew how to do it, you could cut the package just right, because they're aluminum packages and they're foil on the inside. You cut just right, make little lights, trail lights out of them.
You just got Christian Bagel's attention, Dan.
I designed them, Christian.
Now, there's a guy up in Birchwood that has a honeybees, and he's built his own hives in their TARDISes.
I wouldn't doubt it at all.
And they're actually
instead of police public call box, the sign says "Open at your own damn risk, boy."
Well, a friend of mine that lives here in Rossville, in fact, her front door is a TARDIS.
But his TARDIS hives produce more than the regular white hives.
Well, yeah, they're bigger on the inside.
Yep, evidently.
It's like one of those maple trees. You just go up to it and turn the tap on.
Christian's asking, is that green screen? No, that's actually out in his backyard.
Front yard.
Yeah, it's the front yard.
Oh, your front yard. Yeah.
But yeah, it's green screen.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. Yes, Christian, I play with green screen. I play with everything, which is probably not something to admit on this program.
That's green room, not this room.
The day I don't find some way to play with technology is probably the day they're going to be throwing me in the dirt and going, well, thank God Greyhound, he's gone.
And I'm the one of us with all the professional video gear, and I just don't even bother.
Hey, Gerardo.
I ain't getting paid for doing it here.
We got a new person in the room. They just said, so Gerardo, I want to say hello. And then Dan Christian says, make me 10, don't ask, just take my money.
Oh,
well, construction costs are rather exorbitant
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Plywood. I mean, have you priced that?
Oh, did you hear what the lottery's giving away for jackpot this week?
What?
Full tank of unlead and 2 sheets of plywood.
Oh, if they throw in a box of 9mm, I'm in.
I noticed today that the Mega Millions is up to 500 million. So anybody wants to take a chance on $500 million?
Buy 2 sheets of plywood and a tank of gas and a box of ammo. Yeah.
I don't play now. I don't play it now till it gets to $1 billion. I mean, while it's not worth my time if it's not at least $1 billion.
Kid, it'd be worth my time if it was just $1,000.
Were you trying to build your own Falcon 9 or what?
Oh, the $1 billion? Yeah.
Well, can you imagine showing up at a science fiction convention in one of the Star Hoppers?
Well, you got to be very careful where you park.
It's Atlanta. You pay $40, you can park anywhere.
No, I mean parking.
Yeah.
You
Could,
got to have. You
Chris
got to
up a
have a
couple of-
review. You got to have a ground camera so that you're not parking on somebody's Subaru.
Yeah.
Oh, if I had $1 billion, I would go to SpaceX and have them make me one of the space suits for cosplay.
I don't think it would cost $1 billion.
No.
But I know I'd have enough to get at least one.
See, if I had $1 billion, I would get one of the old NASA Apollo era spacesuits.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. That
If
looks like
okay.
a spacesuit.
Okay.
If you had $1 billion, you
it
could
looked
get a
like a
Saturn
jumper.
V to go with it.
I almost bought a spacesuit one time in Paducah, Kentucky.
Wow, really?
It was actually for a U-2 reconnaissance plane,
Oh, the high altitude.
Mm.
the high altitude planes. And it came with the air conditioner pack.
No kidding.
So it had the whole thing. The only problem was the pilot that the suit was made for was 5 feet 3 inches tall.
And you're not.
And there is no way I was going to cram my 5 foot 8 inch frame into a custom built 5 foot 3 inch spacesuit.
No, I will tell you one thing. I would give Elon $1 million to put the Stupid O'Clock logo on one of the Starship prototypes.
Wouldn't you want armchair rocket science instead?
No, I'd go with the Stupid O'Clock.
Have you been doing any of the armchair broadcasts recently?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Ooh,
You
it.
just
yeah.
had one
Seen it
for
promoted.
what was that last thing that launched? The Atlas
Yeah, the Atlas 5.
with the missile warning satellite.
Okay, I haven't seen you advertise them, so
Well,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Christian, that would be the one that you would get everybody to sign. Believe me, and it would have the most mileage on it of anything that you could send around the world, because it would go around the world several times
Well,
before
actually,
you got it back.
actually,
If I had $1 billion, from the lottery, I would start a fund for military memorials in the United States.
oh yeah.
You've got all these places that have got old warships like aircraft carriers, battleships, destroyers, and such like that. One of the big ones that I would do is USS Texas down in Houston. They're thinking about moving it to some other city now, but they're getting ready to move it to Mobile to get it worked on. So it's actually closed right now, and they pulled all the 40 Mike guns off of it, a bunch of other stuff, so they can move it to get it fixed. Well, one of the other ships that we have that's about that same age is the Queen Mary out in California is desperately needing repairs.
Desperately, yes.
Apparently, they had $25 million to do some repairs. They've already gone through that. They need another $25 million. And well, I mean, let's face it, it's a big damn ocean liner. I mean, ain't nothing cheap on it.
It's a big ass 50s ocean line.
Oh no! The Queen Mary,
Yeah,
is like 1915 or something. I can't remember exactly.
Oh,
Free
okay.
20s. Yeah.
It's almost 100 years old.
Oh, okay.
So well, wait a minute. Let me look that up.
Christian's saying if he had the means, he'd send it to ISS. Well, Christian, there's a good possibility that if we could get a hold of Elon, he's doing private missions to the space station. And if someone left it outside the ISS, I'd make them go out and get it. And they can't.
Also, the Queen Mary was launched in 30. Wait, that's the wrong one. Hang on a second. Was launched in 1934.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
last thing they put on it.
Yeah, I didn't think the Mary was as old as the Titanic.
Yeah, no.
Now,
Now it did actually double in the Titanic movie.
now in my wife's hometown in England, they have the HMS Victory, which was one of Henry VIII's boats, I do believe.
Oh, this is kind of cool.
All right. Good night, Carl.
Right, Carl.
Good night, Carl.
Right, Carl. When the Queen Mary was moored at Long Beach as a museum or hotel or whatever the heck they're using it for, they removed the original wireless radio room. In its place, an amateur radio room was created, and let me see, what was it? It's actually an amateur radio station. Has its own call sign. W6RO, Whiskey 6 Romeo Oscar.
Okay.
Now Lewis will be calling that one in the morning.
Don't laugh.
No, hey,
I'm only
Carl,
on 2 meters.
Carl will be looking for it. Carl's the one with the shortwave stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
2 meter. That's just the little walkie-talkies, right?
Yeah.
Right. Little handhelds. I've got one. I've got a Garmin that'll do 4 meter. But technically, you're not supposed to turn that on unless you have a license shortwave. So,
Yeah.
but
Thankfully, I do.
But that's in the United States. If you take your Garmin to Iraq, guess what? Shortwave,
you get
baby.
shot at by everybody that with a radio detector.
No, that's shortwave doesn't work very well in Iraq.
Well, I have a general amateur license, so I'm good to go.
I was one of the last generation of CB radio owners that were required to get a ham radio license in order to use a CB in the car.
Yep. KH46912 for me.
KGJG 7660.
Yep. I had an old Johnson Whiteface 5-channel. That was my first CB radio. And then I got a Radio Shack Navajo. Man, those were awesome.
Yep,
They were really good.
I had my first one when it was they hadn't even expanded to the 40 channels yet, so it was 23, something like that. And you only used 19 and 9. You only needed the 2 channels unless you were a truck driver. What?
Carly said, be careful who fixes the guns. I have a friend who works on the USS Kidd. They shoot the guns for the 4th of July a few years ago. The guns had been refurbished before the holiday. And when Tim shot his gun, it exploded. He's now a cyborg mechanical hand since he lost 3 fingers and part of the hand.
When did they start doing that? Because I used to live in Baton Rouge, and the Kidd, I don't remember them ever firing those guns. I mean, it's cool that they can.
Yeah.
Sad that they're in disrepair and hurting people, but
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
That is the radio room. That is the amateur radio room they built on board the Queen Mary.
okay. Wow, it's a lot of gear.
It's a lot. It's a lot of gear, but it's all vintage gear.
Yeah.
It's nothing. You notice you don't see any computer screens in there.
No, that's all vacuum tubes, ain't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That will still be working after an EMP.
Now you see, Joe's gone. The noise is
No
gone.
noise. Yeah.
We have to ban him from his own show until he gets his audio cleaned up.
Hello, silence, my old friend.
Oh, yeah, it's music to my ears. It's been hurting my ears.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Oh.
not bothering you?
I haven't noticed it, but then again, I'm using speakers.
I have noticed it, but then I have been raising cats half my life, and I have also been married several times, so I have selective deafness.
No, that sound is definitely even more irritating than my ex-wife.
Is it back?
Hi,
Not
Joe.
yet.
Welcome back. We weren't talking about you.
No,
Mike?
actually, Joe, it's not back yet. What did you do?
I unplugged it and plugged it back in.
That's how I
He
used to
reversed the
follow
polarity of the
TV.
neutron flow.
That's all I did. I just
Oh.
unplugged the mic and plugged it back in.
All right. Well, one more technical
Everything
mystery
needs a
solved.
reset now and then.
Yep.
We've been putting up with that damn sound for 75 minutes. Thank you.
Well, I never left.
Seriously, thank you.
I just unplugged the microphone and plugged it back in.
Well, now we know the fix in the future. We don't have to do that.
There are a couple of those ships that were saved as memorials. They're having trouble right now because nobody wants them, and they're up for, buy it and haul it off. It's yours, kind of.
Oh, I was really wishing somebody wanted the Enterprise.
Oh, me too. If I had won the lottery, as long as they left a reactor on it so I could cruise around in the bugger, yeah.
No, that's the problem.
I'd be willing to buy the
That was
uranium.
the problem. The
It
Enterprise
had
had 5 reactors.
No, 8.
Hey, I don't care if I got $1 billion. I can buy. Well, I can rent. I can rent some uranium.
Well, the only way they could get, they had to pull the reactors out no matter what. Only way they could pull the reactors out is cut holes in the deck and pull them.
Yeah, it was not a small.
But I mean,
that thing had 8 reactors.
8 reactors? Okay. I thought it was 5, but
that was 8. When what was his name? When Rickover started the nuclear navy, his big thing was we cannot make any mistakes because the first time we make a mistake, that'll end the nuclear navy.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was very big about making sure everything was done right. And when they started designing the Enterprise, they wanted to do it kind of like the nuclear submarines where they only had 2 reactors. He says, no, let's have enough reactors on board that if a couple of them go down for whatever reason, we can run the other, how many ever. And they came up with this huge maintenance schedule, which is why they had 8 reactors on board.
Yeah.
And eventually they realized it was really overkill. So every nuclear aircraft carrier after that only had 2. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I believe the first nuclear powered vessel was the Nautilus, right?
Yes.
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
And it was a lot more powerful than they thought it would be.
Yep.
So much so it still had the old style submarine bow, sort of. The flat bow, the flat edged bows.
Yeah.
Where it could cut through the water like this. And the problem was that thing was so powerful that when they tried to turn it, it would try to flex the bow off the nose of the submarine. Like right between the sonar and the torpedo tubes, which is not a good place to flex the submarine.
Really, that's not a good place to put a hinge.
That's why every nuclear submarine after that had that rounded bow. It's so that it can turn really fast.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, it's nice knowing that you only have to refuel your ship every 50 years, 25 years. They've got a 50-year life expectancy, and you only have to refuel it once in the middle of its life.
Right.
And that takes about 10 months.
That's probably why nuclear-powered cars didn't catch on. I mean, I got to park the thing for 10 months so I can drive to work again.
Well, I tell you, man, they're coming out. I mean, everybody's coming out with an electric car now. So that's gonna increase the infrastructure to where you can get these rapid chargers and stuff.
There was a new development in battery technology here just last week. I read about something that only takes like a very, very small fraction of the time to recharge the batteries.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a pretty good lifespan too.
There's 2 batteries that are going to be very interesting. One is they take old nuclear material from reactors and encapsulate it in glass pellets.
Hmm.
And it supposedly produces enough electricity to replace a battery for 50 years.
Jeez.
Okay.
But it's
And
just
that's spent nuclear fuel?
it's just a tiny amount of nuclear matter.
Hmm.
But and it's embedded in glass, so you really can't, anyway. The other one I saw was somebody's figured out how to replace lithium in a lithium battery with aluminum.
That's the one that I was thinking of. Yeah, that's the one that I
And if
read.
they can do that, that's just so totally
Well,
changed.
have you heard about the F-150 Lightning?
Mm-mm.
Ford is producing an F-150. They call it the Lightning. It's an all-electric F-150. It's the fastest F-150 ever produced. It goes 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Okay, it's got
That ought to make
10,000
rednecks happy.
10,000-pound towing capacity, and this is the F-150. Okay, and it's got enough output on its electric plant that it's an emergency generator for your house. You can literally run your house off of your truck if the power goes out. I mean, that is freaking amazing. And I love me an F-150 anyway. I'd get one of those suckers in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
and just think,
no problem with the design on that.
You got a full size pickup there. If you make a solar powered tonneau cover, make your tonneau cover solar cells to help keep that trickle charge whenever it's outside, all the better.
Carly says another note on the people who refurbish the guns. They used to have a TV show where they custom made personal guns went off the air after the accident.
Wow.
I don't doubt that for a minute.
Yeah.
Bad publicity is bad publicity, even if nobody got hurt.
Now here's my opinion of once they get the large electric fleet of vehicles, the only way you're going to come out with green charging is you're going to have to go nuclear.
Well, we already are. We got Watts Bar and
what is that pelletized nuclear? The small scale. That's it'd be good enough for a city block, but not much more.
Pebble bed reactors.
That's the ones. I don't know anything about the safety of them or anything else. They what I've read, they sounded pretty neat, and I wouldn't mind having one in my backyard. But
did y'all hear that over my mic? That loud roaring?
Yeah.
But it's gone now.
Yeah.
My house just got buzzed by something big.
Huh?
You don't have a Roomba?
No.
Okay, guys. I was talking about the F-150 Lightning.
Yeah, show it to us.
Let me see. I mean, it looks like pretty normal. And there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
It's got a range of 300 miles, 10,000-pound towing capacity. Go on sale spring of next year. 2 battery packs are available, targeting EPA estimated ranges of 230 and 300 miles. All models have dual motor all-wheel drive setup. Pricing is expected from $42,000 up to a maximum $90,000 for everything that you can possibly get on it. Trying to find the okay.
Does
Here
it
we
have
go.
Does it have a generator built in, or is it strictly electric?
2 lithium-ion battery packs are available. Standard range pack, extended range 300 miles. Ford hasn't disclosed either pack's capacity, but we're estimating 115 kilowatt hours and 150 kilowatt hours. Powertrain set up with a smaller pack is rated at 426 horsepower. The larger battery pack is 563 horsepower. Both configurations have 775 pound-feet of torque. That's 205 more than the hybrid V6 engine. And let's see. Yeah. Oh, reach 0 to 60 in the mid 4-second range. Yeah, 4.5 seconds.
That's moving.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to trade the back
Lightning
seat
is a good name for it. Ford says that a 150 kilowatt DC fast charger can add 54 miles of range in 10 minutes. So that's a good fast charge for, an extra 50 miles. When plugged into Ford's standard 80 amp home charging station, the Lightning can supply up to 9.6 kilowatts to the home during power outages. Okay, I've got a 5 kilowatt generator that I can run my house on minus the air conditioner. But, refrigerator, lights, all that stuff can run off that 5K. And this is 9.6 kilowatt hours. Kilowatts.
That'll run the heat and air.
Yeah, it probably would.
I'd be willing to trade the King Cab model for one with no back seat and the no back doors and a longer cargo bed.
That's the new style of pickup trucks. Is the 4-door pickup truck with a 3/4 bed. I like those. But.
If I'm going to have a truck, I want to be able to carry stuff in it.
The other thing, crap.
Wrong button.
Yeah. Shoot. Well, all right, let me see. Let me go.
You could put a small Honda generator in the back of that truck, and a Honda generator will run 220 volt electricity for 12 hours on 5 gallons of gasoline. So you could literally do, if that thing will do 80 miles an hour on the freeway for 12 hours with 5 gallons of gasoline plus what the batteries will do.
Okay. So let me swap out this picture and show you that since the engine is actually underneath and on each wheel, since it's 4-wheel drive, you don't have the traditional engine compartment. What you have
is a battery box.
Is a trunk.
A frunk.
And because it's in the front, it's a frunk.
A frunk.
You got a frunk. That's the front of the truck. So you got an open cargo area in the back and a closed cargo area in the front.
It may just be, Bill. It may just be.
Frunk and A.
Frunk and A, man. And let me show you one more picture. The interior. Okay. Come on. Shit.
Where are the batteries?
Gotta go through
in the frame rail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's this for an interior? Look at that big ass screen, man.
What? No heads up display?
You got a nice wide. It may have a heads up display, but you got the screen also, and then the digital dash. That dash looks a lot like mine and my Taurus.
Yeah. They call those infotainment centers, Lewis.
Okay.
Well, You know, if I was putting a GPS in there, I'd want it in between the speedometer and the battery gauge, right there where that little cross is.
Mm-hmm.
That would be where I'd want the GPS, but
Your
it would
GPS will
probably
be
be on the big screen.
it'd be on the big screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, Lewis, you know, if I got that with my big smart ass, I'd get about, 1,500, 2,000 miles on it. Take it to like Walmart or tire discounter, tell them want the oil changed. Or just ask them to check the oil for me.
Well, some of these, electric vehicles and even some of the gas powered vehicles are getting so technologically complicated. To be a valet, you're going to have to go to a special school nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
You drive up with an electric Lamborghini and the guy is going to go like, you better park it yourself.
Really?
I roll up with an electric Lamborghini. I'm parking it myself.
Hey, I don't care if it's a gas-powered Lamborghini. I'm parking it myself, and I'm locking it up myself.
But
one of my friends online, she's a fairly big name science fiction writer. She's got a Tesla, and it had a flat, and she lives out in New Mexico, and they were about to put it on a truck and take it to Albuquerque, which is like an 8-hour trip from where she was, in order to get the tire changed. And she managed to talk them into going to a place that actually sells tires and could do the job without being in Albuquerque. And I mean, this is just the actual service that goes along with the Tesla car.
Oh, it's just unreal.
Yeah. So they were prepared, and I don't know that they would have charged her a dime to drive 8 to 12 hours to get a tire changed instead of going 15 minutes to a local shop.
Yeah. The Tesla's got to the point now that they've started their own insurance company.
Okay. I swear, I still want one of Elon's little go-kart pickup trucks. I really do.
I don't know, between the two, I think I'd take the F-150.
Just because it looks like something out of Damnation Alley. That's why I want the damn thing.
Yeah,
it does.
No, but what's been happening to the repair costs are so high that insurance companies have just about quit insuring them.
Mm. Well, I don't know about repairs, but you don't want Walmart to do anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
I can't even depend on Walmart to have somebody running the checkout line.
Oh, and I've also found out, Tesla daily checks every vehicle, downloads information from the vehicle every day. And if you're not doing something you're supposed to be doing, or doing something you're not supposed to at all, they'll throttle the car down.
I wonder if they do that to that one that's in orbit.
If they throttle that one back, I think momentum would just ignore them.
They can't get it's out of satellite range.
Oh, I'll be right back, Joel.
All right. Well, y'all heard about the guy, the everyday astronaut. I talk about him sometimes, Tim Dodd. He owns a Tesla.
Oh.
And he was down there at Boca Chica outside the launch pad. He was sitting in the car with his crew, and they were, filming a segment, and some drunk driver hit him. You think OnStar is fast getting on the horn with you? Tim said not only were they trying to get a hold of him through the car system, his cell phone rang,
Wow.
wanting
In
him.
case he was ejected.
Yeah.
Wow. A little off subject. I was wondering if any of you guys had ever had any experience with the Chattanooga Boat Club.
No.
I read your post about it though.
Yeah, I'm seriously considering it.
Is that
I mean, we'll have to sell the RV first, but we've got about $3,000 worth of repairs due on the RV, and we're not able to take it out as much as we wanted to. And the Chattanooga Boat Club belongs to a network of about 100 other boat clubs around the country, and you pay an initiation fee of a few $1,000s, and then you pay a monthly fee of between $295 and $450, depending on the plan that you want. If you want to be able to take out a boat any day of the week, it's $450 a month. But you can take out a boat any day of the week, all the time if you want, even keep them overnight if you reserve them. You've got your choice of boats. They've got everything from speed boats to fishing boats, ski boats, and pontoon
Pontoons.
barges. Yeah, mostly pontoon barges. And they've got 2 marinas here in Chattanooga alone. There's one on the river near the aquarium, and then there's one up in Soddy Daisy on Lake Chickamauga. And it's a lot of money, but if we sell the RV and then just put that money aside and just have that money pay for the monthly fee, it's kind of a wash. And I see us using the boat a lot more
Really?
than the RV.
now? Is that? Do you have to supply fuel to it?
Yeah, that's all you got to pay for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, literally, you go online and you see the boat that you want and see if it's available for the date and time that you want. It's in 5-hour blocks, and so you just reserve the boat. All you got to do is show up. They've already got the boat in the water, fueled up, ready to go. They supply everything. They supply all the flotation devices, everything. They even give you training and will get your Coast Guard certification. That's all part of the membership. And then you take the boat out and just return it. We could have friends with us go out, and if we're vacationing in Fort Myers, well, we call down to the Fort Myers Club and reserve a boat for while we're down there.
And you drive it like a rental. No.
Drive it like you stole it. But I love the water, and I think we might get a lot of use out of that membership.
I'm kind of curious because you're going to sell your RV, to pay for that.
Yeah.
Are you going to be renting RVs?
Maybe once in a while. You can rent an RV. You can rent an RV like ours for about $150 a day. So,
would you be getting rid of your RV if it hadn't been for the problem you had with that shop and the
nope,
and the leak?
Nope, probably not.
I didn't think so. I'm
yeah, that guy
totally
screwed my world, man.
Yeah,
if I see him in the street, I'm going to kick him right in the nuts.
Kick him squat in the nuts.
I'm going to make that son of a bitch a soprano.
You're a whole lot more merciful than I would be.
No.
Hey,
I said merciful.
You remember that time you were fixing my Rochambeau RV? Rochambeau? I've never heard of Rochambeau. Yeah. Now you have.
Respect my authority.
Yeah, I missed that joke somehow.
Yeah. You had to be there several years
but
ago.
anyway, getting back on this, they replace the boats every year. and they've got an internal rule. They have to maintain a 10-to-1 ratio, 10 members to every boat, so that you usually don't have a problem getting a rental. And if they want to add another member, they have to buy another boat. If they're already maxed out, before they can add another member, they got to buy another boat.
I
And then their
imagine
used
that would
boats,
be
they
great.
sell.
Yeah, I imagine they'd be great folks to buy a used boat from.
Yeah.
If service everything as well as it sounds like,
Mhm.
then it would not be wasted money.
Yeah, for the $450 a month, that you don't have to worry about paying a note on a boat. You don't have to worry about a monthly slip rental. You don't have to worry about maintenance. You don't have to worry about license, insurance, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That $450 a month covers you for every day of the week. If you wanted to take out the boat every single day, they can't say a thing about it. No problem, sir.
At $450 a month, I'm going to guarantee you there'd be more than one trip a month.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Considering I only need a boat like 3 times a year.
Well, you need a boat. And the other thing is, and I've gone through this with RVs, you always get that one boat you think is perfect for you. And then you're out in it and somebody passes you in a different boat and you're like, ooh. Ooh. This way you can take a speedboat out one day and the next day have a party barge and a bunch of people on and have a picnic. And then the next day you have a fishing boat. You find you a little hole in
the rough time of the year for me would be January, February, and March. But I would be getting my $450 a month one way or another in that boat.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We were talking earlier about we were talking earlier about if you won the lottery, buying something like that. I'd have somebody build me a PT boat.
Where would you run it? I mean,
anywhere,
any damn place you want to do anywhere.
But where the hell are you?
Weren't PT boats plywood?
Yeah.
Three aircraft engines and a big bunch of plywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but they'd make a hell of a cabin cruiser.
You'd put that sucker on Lake Nair, you'd run out of gas.
They weren't big. I mean, a PT boat was what, about 60 feet long, maybe?
I think the 65, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And about 15 feet wide. It's not a big. It's not a big.
Well, I mean,
I used to love watching.
If you had $1 billion, you could get the depth charger so you could go fishing.
Did you hear me, John?
Yes.
I mean, those aircraft engines. It sounded like a bomber in the water, man.
It
pretty much was.
PT boats had 3 aircraft engines and 3 propellers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was interesting was the one on the right side went one way, the one on the left side went the other way, and the one in the center could be reversed left and right. So if you did it just right, you could actually move the boat sideways by controlling which propeller was going which direction.
Now that's something I did not know before.
Yeah.
I want one of those converted cabin cruisers into a pirate boat. Lewis, can you imagine come steaming in River Bend with come steaming
Jolly
in
Roger flying from your mast?
Jolly Roger flying from the mast, sounding cannon.
There's a festival every year in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and it's oh God, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Shoot, I had it in my name, but it. Okay, Binghamton. That was Captain Binghamton, not Colonel. um, something days. Oh shoot! But it was about Jean Lafitte. Jean Lafitte used to hide his booty up in Lake Charles. He would come up the Calcasieu River and cut over, and that's where he used to hide all of his booty.
So
And
they had his feet in his booty.
huh?
They had his feet in his booty.
So
We were
anyway,
thinking in different directions.
when the festival starts, they've got this pirate ship that comes in and docks at the Civic Center, which is right there on the lake. And they fire the cannons and they come ashore and they take the mayor hostage. And so the pirates own the city for the 3-day weekend festival.
And when is this?
It's in springtime. It's a couple of months after Mardi Gras.
They'll probably do it they'll probably do it next year. Probably not this year.
Oh,
I'm getting
now you got an
echo.
echo.
I'm hearing an echo. And Bill Sartain says he hides his booty in his Wranglers. Why did I click that?
Because you
Good night, everybody.
you got a 55-gallon drum of brain bleach you ain't opened yet.
That's in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Oh dear. I sometimes wish I didn't think in puns. Then again, sometimes it's fun. So there are compensations.
Lewis, you missed my knock knock joke the other day.
Oh God.
Okay.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
I'm an owl.
I'm an owl. Who?
Oh, great. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
I don't know. I never made it without biting.
That'll learn you, Joe Dog. Yep, that did. And that's the last one of yours I'm clicking.
Oh. Now, I believe my dad wound up with the perfect size boat for anything I would ever need. It's a 16-foot Stingray fish and ski. It's a inboard with a 300 horsepower Mercury engine. And I believe my little brother has pretty much taken possession of it since Dad passed away. But then that seems to be the case with everything in the family. My little brother seems to get it because, the youngest child gets everything. But then again, I don't know. It may still be there in the barn and just be something that he's not inclined to use. That would be nice. But we go out on Lake Lanier and cruise around, or one of the other lakes. Dad was out in one little bitty lake. I can't remember the name of it. It was a very, very narrow, but it was kind of twisted all up everywhere. And it was made from flooding a forest. So there were all kinds of trees underwater for the fish to make habitats in. And it was a bit of challenge to navigate safely, because every once in a while something would float to the top and become a hazard. Dad he sheared the actual props off the propeller. It had just the hub left on the darn thing, and had to get back to where he had parked the truck and the trailer using a trolling motor and 3 car batteries. And he wound up burning out the last car battery just before he got close enough to get out of the water and put it on the trailer. He was sitting on the front of the boat. Now, he's out by himself. He's sitting out on the bow with a paddle and manages to get it all the way, get out, back the trailer in the water, get the boat on the trailer by hand, basically. I mean, anybody else would have panicked or not been able to just go, screw it, I'm doing it myself. But my dad, stubborn bugger he was.
Lewis, did you find out when the festival is?
Yeah, May. It used to be called Contraband Days. Now it's called the Louisiana Pirate Festival.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't find
Okay.
it. But yeah, it used to be called Contraband Days.
That is a perfect convention. Contraband to be all pirates.
Hmm. We know somebody that would be absolutely perfect for that, and I hope Roger knows about it.
I was thinking of Jay, but yeah, Roger
Oh, yeah.
too.
They're
Hey, Gary
both
Poole
in the
likes
same
to dress
group.
up as a pirate too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey,
That is the only operational World War II PT boat
Wow.
it's out of Portland, Oregon, and you can actually go out and take rides on it.
Oh, no kidding.
wow,
Oh, I got a friend that lives in Portland.
Road trip.
Is it? Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That is a 1945 Higgins PT boat.
Oh, Higgins?
Higgins.
Higgins boats were made in New Orleans.
Yep.
Now he's got to go.
Yep, definitely.
Oh, and the club also has a location down in Lake Allatoona. So I could go down towards Atlanta and rent a boat down, borrow a boat down there.
Yes, Carly, it would.
Yep.
Oh
We
yeah.
got ducks here in Chattanooga. The
There we
amphibious
go.
vehicles.
You made it safe, Skunk. Glad to see you.
I don't know about safe. My back
How-
hurts.
How much is the ticket?
My back hurts a lot. What ticket?
Oh, okay.
I didn't get pulled over.
Oh, you outran him this time?
Oh, I will say this. I almost ended up becoming part of a 53-foot trailer. As I
Thank
was,
heavens you got the reflexes of a young man.
and I want to point out that when I was coming up on this truck, I was doing the speed limit because that part of the interstate, the speed limit was 60. I was doing 60, right? And I'm pulling up, and I'm like, I got trapped between like two other vehicles, couldn't get around, and this guy suddenly slowed down to 20 on the interstate. It's like slowed down, like didn't slam on his brakes, but like slow, like because he was in a semi truck, and I'm like, what is going? Are we running into traffic? I kind of, once the one truck passed by on the left and the other truck passed by on the right, and I'm still stuck behind this guy, I realized that the truck that passed me on the right's gone. And the truck that passed me on the left, like he's stuck behind somebody else, but he's still moving. This truck's still doing 20. I don't know what the hell's going on. So I get over a little bit to lean out to see, and this dude's just doing 20 on the interstate for no reason. He has nothing in front of him. There's nothing. He just suddenly slowed down, started doing 20. And the only thing I could think was, I bet you anything that his electronic log kicked in and it's shutting his truck down. And he's having to get over. But he can't get over because people keep passing him on the right.
Mm.
Yep. That's all I could
that's the electronic log books are stupid.
Oh yeah, my dad absolutely refuses to work for a company that uses them since when he worked for Landstar, he had to do the electronic log. He hated it. So that's why he works for the company he works for. He doesn't have to deal with electronic log.
Yeah, my little brother hated it when he was a truck driver for a few years too.
You don't need a snitching nanny.
Or a negative Nancy.
Or a bitchin' Betty.
Now those would come in
we need
handy
a bitchin'
sometimes.
I was going to say, Bitchin' Betty is probably a little, Bitchin' Betty's a little bit more useful.
Oh Lord, yeah. That I would not object to, but
Pull up.
Pull up.
Sink.
What you don't want to hear is terrain. Terrain. You're about to hit a mountain.
Terrain, pull up. Terrain, pull up.
That's good. There was somebody who was doing it was when they were playing. It was one of the Air Force Proud 95 videos, and somebody was doing the air traffic controller, and he goes, he was like, cleared IFR to Boston, climb and maintain 5,000. Expect 1-2 minutes after departure, and he's doing it like that, and he finally finishes what he was saying, right? And somebody else gets on there. It's like, why does the air traffic controller guy sound like Adis? It's like it's Alexa's brother, Alexi.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad that it never became a pilot.
I don't need a bitchin' Betty. I've got a Donna.
I was about to say, you already have Damn It Donna.
Yeah, I've got a Damn It Donna. I told Dan about it. Maybe John. I think you came in a little late. I was out working on the car today, and I was out working in the yard doing some stuff. Came in about 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that. Expecting to walk into a nice, cool house. It's like a sauna.
Yeah.
I go and check the thermostat like, oh, great, the air has gone down on us. No, Donna just got cold in the middle of the night and turned it off.
Now, to be 100% fair,
yeah,
when I get up, I'll usually have the AC on. If it's a really warm night, right? Because we've been having the warmer nights lately. So if it's a really warm night, especially in this house with this computer, because this desktop gets it doesn't get super hot, but with the way this room is built, it does heat up this room a little bit. So I usually go and turn the AC on, or like if like tonight, good old Street Bunny, he hit the gym, was working out. By the way, week 1 he weighed something, I don't remember what it was, and then week 2 he lost 5 pounds. He's lost 5 pounds in a week. Good job, Joe. Good job, buddy. But he obviously he got home. He was all sweaty, and when I walked in, he was wearing. He was wearing nothing but his. I'm sure he was wearing underwear underneath this, but he was wearing his athletic supporters, right? So I just walk in, and he's wearing. It basically looked like bright blue capri pants. What are you in? And so but he had the AC on, because obviously he was burning up. So. But I usually turn it off at 4 o'clock when I wake up to go to work. I usually turn the AC off because it's been running all night. He's going to go to work. I ain't going to be here. Why run the AC? Save money that way. And speaking of saving money, let me see. Where is it? There it is.
Hey, John, what manner of Disney princess do you have behind you there?
This is not a Disney princess.
Obviously. Very
By your tone. Okay.
Is
This
heavy metal?
No, close up. This is Ralph back. She's Fire and Ice.
Fire and Ice.
I thought I recognized the artwork. Yeah, that definitely
That is Tigra. She was the femme fatale, so to speak.
guys,
Move your chair a little bit.
guys. John, move. Yeah, just over a little bit more. There we go. By the way, guys, did you just notice what just happened?
What?
Donna walked into Joe's office. He had turned his camera and microphone off.
Oh,
Somebody's getting beat.
I might have gotten Joe in trouble. I'm so sorry.
no, I think it's more likely John's background got Joe in trouble.
I think Joe's always been in trouble.
He lives in trouble.
Exactly.
Yes.
He should just
It's
rename
like
that
I
house
said,
to Trouble.
Thoughts and prayers going out to Donna. She's not sick or anything. She's just married to Joe.
Oh man. So I've I did my wrestling training tonight. I get there, right? To go do this. And when I show up to the place to do this training with my buddy up in Athens, I get there and I find out he actually wanted me to help teach That's why I was there. I get some extra ring time in exchange for the ring time and working with these green kids and helping them out. I'm like, huh, you got a lot of faith in me, man. Made me feel good.
Yeah. Hey,
You
deserve some kudos.
I deserve a lot of things. Kudos.
He deserves peanut butter filled cheese crackers. What?
Hey, wait a minute. Let's not talk about what we eat after the show.
Hey, hold up now. I only accept the cream cheese and chives Captain's wafers. Which somebody brought up. I heard somebody brought up Captain's wafers or snack cracker. He said snack cracker. A friend of mine said snack cracker, right? And all I could think about was the way you eat that oatmeal pie makes me just want to die.
Little Debbie.
I'm coming on home, baby.
You make me want to walk
like a camel. Do you know they did 2 different versions of that song?
Really?
Yeah, there was a version that the first version they had to re-record it later for their album when they got more popular. They re-recorded it and it ended up becoming their hit. But they have an early version from like when they first got signed where they did that song, and it's not as good. The version that went out on the radio and got popular is but it's sort of like how remember that band Alien Ant Farm?
Yes.
They had a song called Movies when it first came out, and I remember the second time it came out. I didn't know it came out the first time. It had a completely different music video, and I was sitting there. This ain't the right music video for this song. Because I was watching a little mini documentary about their one-hit wonder status. So they do that part, and they're playing that song, and I'm like, I know the song, but that ain't the video for the song. The video for the song was them like going to the movie theater. This is just like them playing at a house party or something. And then they had the second song that they got, the second single they ever released, the one that got popular on was the Smooth Criminal cover. And then they redid that other video and released that single again. And I like that song better than the Smooth Criminal cover. I thought it came first. And I was sitting there going like, these guys aren't a one-hit wonder. They have 2 hits and one's a cover. Oh, crap. We went over time, didn't we? I'm sorry, Jim.
Yep. We're going to have to.
Well, let's reset. We'll go to the after show.
All right.
Are you
Lewis,
I got to do my real news.
You got to go to work.
Yep.
Thanks for jumping in here. Thanks everybody for tuning in now. We're going to slide over to the after show. So we'll see y'all in just a few minutes.
See you
Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
All right.
Oh, shit. I'm tired.
Oh, tell me about it.
Okay. I'm going to read a news story real quick.
Uh-oh.
A Los Angeles-based woman is being held as a petty hero after traveling 6,000 miles from Los Angeles to Seoul, Korea, in order to take down a padlock that she and her ex-boyfriend placed on Seoul's famous Lovelock Bridge 2 years ago. The 23-year-old traveled to Seoul from February 3rd till May 3rd. Let's see. Anyway, she put it all on YouTube, and it shows her. She goes to the airport, buys a bolt cutter, goes to the bridge. Takes her about 30 to 40 minutes to find her padlock. Apparently you can buy these custom padlocks there at the bridge, and then lock them on the bridge to show your love for each other. She went and found the custom padlock, cut it off the bridge after her and her boyfriend broke up.
Damn. Boy must have done her wrong.
No kidding.
Really?
Now, if she drops that padlock into a sock and mugs him one night with it.
Yeah.
Forensics would be difficult, but they'd be able to trace the sock. Oh, okay. No, that didn't get rid of it either.
Buy a sock in Korea to really confuse them.
I wonder. I don't know exactly where that little wrinkle is that causes that little bit right there, but I have tried straightening out the green screen.
Well, if you hadn't pointed it out, we'd have never seen it.
Really? We just thought it was part of the desert.
Yeah,
It's a dust devil.
It's more like fire ants. Oh.
But yes. Now somebody tried to start that here in town, and the city kept cutting the locks off.
Yep. Mm. Well, they had that one bridge in Paris that they were doing that on until one of the railings fell off of the bridge. So they went and cut all padlocks off. Turns out they cut 45 tons of padlocks off this bridge.
And now it's no longer stable.
Well, the bridge it's a lot more stable now.
Yeah, really.
Well, I mean, you had all that weight holding it down, you know. It's got to give a bit for the wind. No, wait, you wouldn't know that album.
Say it again. Fritz just sent me a message.
Oh. What's Fritz up to now?
Oh, I told him I found your B-17. It buzzed my house about 4:30 my time. I'm out working in the yard and I'm hearing going. That's piston. That's radial piston. That's a lot of radial piston. Holy crap. Good God.
Fritz is just trying to help you mow the yard.
Yeah, it was just a few blocks from his house, the airport.
Yeah. From what he posted, I mean, it took him no time to get there. And he had, the picture of him grinning once it landed and he got out. That just like, oh man, that's one of those things like you only see the first time somebody rides a motorcycle or something similar. That's a definite first timer grin right there. All right, I'll be right back. I've got to go and get another beer. I will just kill the microphone unless Joe wants me to kill the camera too.
Just go ahead and pull your camera down. So how did it feel walking through Costco without a mask?
That first just like minute or two.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not like most Costco shoppers. I don't stop to graze at all the little food, try out things. But once I got in there, I got focused on, I had my list, so I got focused on what I was doing. So I only really enjoyed it for like a minute, maybe two.
And then it was just back life as normal.
Yeah.
Are they doing grazings?
Yes.
Okay.
I got harassed by several graze conductors. I was sitting there toting a 40-pound bag of dog food, and they wanted to know if I wanted to try some sort of peach sorbet something. I'm like holding a 40-pound bag of dog food and like, not right now, thank you.
Yeah, you know what I would do? Yeah, sure. I go, sure.
Had one lady one time tried to says, "Would you like to try the almond milk?" I said, how the hell do you milk an almond? How come they never have beer on the
samples?
Beer samples. Would you like to try our Kirkland brand beer sampler? Absolutely.
That wasn't enough. I can't taste it. Give me another. I can't taste it.
They sell beer, they sell wine, they sell cheese. I mean, why are we not having wine tastings at flipping Costco?
Oh yeah. Even my liquor store has wine tastings.
Well, I don't think Mad Dog 2020 counts, Jeff.
Oh no, they forgot a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's usually we'd go in. What's the sampler today? Of course, I get nervous hitting too many samplers and then getting in the car and trying to leave.
No kidding. Well, now that the restaurants are starting to open back up, Joe, we need to get the whole Stupid O'Clock crew and have a dinner one night.
At a Waffle House.
I was thinking something a little bit, less smothered, covered, and chunked.
The Eastridge Champies?
I was thinking something like Chef Lynn's, one of the buffets or something. Bees.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Get everybody together. Bees.
Bees on a Saturday evening and then get ready for the Stupid O'Clock special edition.
Don't sound like half a bad idea. If we get Dan to drive up here one weekend.
3-hour drive.
Hey, trust me, the fried chicken's worth it.
Well, now that I've got my new dentures, I could actually eat some chicken without having to cut it off and make slivers out of it.
No, we were talking about doing a coming up on a Saturday and doing a stupid o'clock special edition. You know, probably start about 8, wrap it up about 11. And I can get you a good rate on a hotel.
Yeah.
That way you don't.
Only problem would be I'd be back on the laptop and it would be picket fencing like nobody's business because the laptop is not fast enough to handle being online.
All of us in the same place.
We only need one computer. I don't know if they have internet though.
Well, no, we'll land at somebody's house. One computer, maybe a couple cameras, mixer board.
Y'all are talking fantasy land here. Nobody but Lewis has that much equipment.
I'm glad you volunteered him. Did you hear that, John?
I did.
I didn't volunteer anybody. I just made an observation
between him
about
and Skunk, I'm pretty sure we
what
can find
we
enough.
got.
Oh, yeah. Right there, Dan, is probably... That's a fat boy's dream right there.
Well, definitely being a fat boy, I could dream about it, but...
I like the way their little hide the number algorithm that's supposed to be used on license plates.
Yeah.
Knocked out the since 1934.
The date.
Yeah.
Oh, it even blanked out the tire.
Really? Oh, hey, all the cars disappeared. Imagine that. That's kind of funny.
Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yes. Darn it. See if I can do that again.
I love it. From one angle, there are no cars in the parking lot. From the other angle, the parking lot is packed.
Since 1950.
There's an awful lot just to look at that. Yeah, it looks like an abandoned building there.
Oh, they only open at certain times.
Oh, is this one of those places like Aretha Frankenstein where you have to get there on Thursday if you want breakfast Saturday morning?
Sorta, yeah.
Now where are you at?
Well, there's Rossville Boulevard.
Looks like a hovercraft somewhere. Well, there's Joe's garage. Sorry, talking about Frank Zappa, not Joe Dog.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I lost Dodds Avenue there.
Well, you're down at the freeway.
Yeah.
You need to go up.
I think going up was the problem. You should have stayed on street level.
That's East Lake Court.
Yeah.
Up one street. Go to...
That looks like it right there. Y'all know
see the orange? Back up. Spread out. See the orange dot? No, spread out a little more.
Chubby's Barbecue?
Little more. Spread out a little more. Okay, the orange dot you see now, go to the left of it.
That's a Taco Bell.
No.
Your other left.
There's Rossville Boulevard.
Find the McDonald's. Keep going south.
Okay.
You're-
Dodds Avenue is on this side of Rossville.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. There. Oh, wait, that's Central.
You're talking to a guy that drove it every day for 30 years.
Here's that.
Up is south.
Oh, wait, up is south. Oh, okay. That's what I'm having problems with here. There we go.
Now you're going north.
Yep.
Bees is south. Bees is almost Georgia.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Back on.
They're closed.
It's kind of funny. Like if I step over here, they're open. Hey, go back over here, they're closed.
Oh, and Dan, you don't go there Sunday.
No.
So forget going on Sunday. You want to fuss about bees? Walter A. Wood.
Walter A. Wood spent many a day cruising around that spot. There we go.
Roy's.
They haven't updated the sign yet, darn it, or they haven't updated the picture. They just recently reopened. Apparently, that truck was there fixing stuff.
Did Roy's used to be a Crystal at one time?
No, the Crystal was farther down the road.
I mean, the building. Was the building a Crystal at one time?
Not that I'm aware of. I think it's been Roy's since the 1950s.
Because if you go to Cherry Street, 7th and Cherry,
Yeah.
that was the original Crystal.
Wait a minute. Wasn't there one here on Rossville Boulevard that was like the original Crystal? Or
No, the original Crystal was 7th and Cherry. If you look at that building and look at Roy's, they look a whole lot alike. That may have been the second Crystal.
you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah. That was one that 6 o'clock one morning, the shift showing up was, starting to make food when that was an old Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yep, I can tell from the roof.
Yeah. The employees were showing up, cooking breakfast, and these guys pulled up and started putting plywood over the windows. And one of the exec or the big man, the out of town managers walked in and said, "Sorry guys, we're closed."
So what are we going to do with 55-gallon drums worth of scrambled eggs?
Take it to the community kitchen.
Let's hope the community shows up before noon.
Yeah, where was that? Hang on a minute. What was that Crystal you were talking about? It's not there anymore, right?
No, it's at 7th and Cherry.
Let's see here.
John, you're making me ear sick.
Should have took your pills.
No, you're at the Roundhouse. You need to go back to courthouse and down the street from the courthouse.
You're 7th.
Yeah, that's it.
What?
Go down that road right there, the curvy road. Other way. You're headed towards Missionary Ridge. Down the hill, right there.
Uh-oh. What the heck? There used to be a crystal right in here?
Yep. Right there.
That was
The
the crystal?
curve. Yep.
The CBI was a crystal?
Yeah, CBI was the first crystal.
The first ever crystal.
The first ever crystal.
All right.
What was playing at the Tivoli?
So I was looking at it, but apparently they got it blocked out for some odd reason.
Dwight Yoakam.
1964, the tribute, Dwight Yoakam.
And who knows?
Nope, I can tell you. Because their little supercomputer ain't that darn smart. Maybe it is. There's the thing for 64.
That would have been it right there with the
symphony. The symphony. Hello, whoever's watching. We're playing Look at Downtown Chattanooga.
Oh, wow. That looks... that parking garage looked like a sewer there for a second.
Oh, man, did they get rid of... I'm trying to find the darn Chattanooga Choo-Choo Walk.
It's right there in front of the main aquarium.
Well, there's the railroad track thing. Isn't that it?
Yeah, you got to zoom closer.
It won't let me get any closer.
I
wonder what was going on. They got all the vendors out here.
That was a Saturday.
Oh. What? Interesting.
Probably that blurred section.
Mm-hmm.
No, it had a bunch of railroad track, or all the different railroads used to come into Chattanooga.
Yeah.
The thing for the choo-choos over there, I believe, right in front of that, or was there.
Yeah.
They probably tore it up when they put in the saltwater thing. Oh, wait a minute.
No, it's still there.
Track 69.
Track
29.
29?
Yeah, you're thinking dirty, not when you said 69.
No, I was just remembering this, mistakenly remembering part of the song.
Apparently, I think this is the section, but I'm not sure, that has the Chattanooga Choo Choo song.
Well,
would you believe that's almost 30 years old now?
I couldn't.
What, that photograph?
No.
The aquarium.
The aquarium.
Oh. Well,
and John, you've got to go through downtown on the freeway now.
Why?
It's finished. It's nice.
You know, Sean Sullivan keeps threatening to bring his family's big old boat down the river and park it where we could get to LibertyCon from whatever dock he's got it set up at.
Check out that, Dan.
Chattanooga Whiskey Company.
Yep. Used to be the Herb Adcock Chevrolet.
Well, I could use that tanker out front if it's filled with some good stuff.
They make a pretty good whiskey. Yeah.
It's a rye whiskey.
Liberty Con, let's see here, is in that hotel there.
That's where Chattacon is.
Oh, where's Liberty Con now?
Down, way down.
You can't tell me which building?
You're not even there yet.
Oh.
You just there's the Reed House.
Yeah.
Keep going. Right there, the big white building.
You couldn't have just said Marriott?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's Trade Center.
I don't know where Skunk went, but I think I'm about ready to call this one a night.
Yeah,
that's the convention center.
Oh, that's the convention center there next to the Marriott.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's Murder Incorporated.
Yeah. Why Chattanooga needs one huge convention center and no small convention centers is beyond me.
You know, we were talking earlier about if we won the lottery, what we would do.
That would definitely be something I would do.
And one of the things I thought about doing was buying that old property right there. The old metalworks. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Sorry. Old Wheeling Foundry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Buying that and turning it into a hotel convention center.
Yeah, we got something like that about 20 miles away from my house. It used to be like a flea market sort of thing, but it's thousands and thousands and thousands of square feet of buildings and pavilions and whatnot inside. And oh man, it would be an enormously great place to have conventions, but I don't have unlimited money, so
I'll tell you where they need to build a convention center, and it's the perfect place. The old Sears at Northgate.
Yeah.
Convert that space into a convention center. You got a 2-floor convention center. You put in an 8-10 story hotel. There is not a 1,000-person convention center in this town anymore.
whoa, that looks familiar.
The incline. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Donna's not feeling good, so I'm going to have to go check on her again.
Okay.
So I'm not even going to play the closeout. We're just going to sort of wrap this one up.
All right.
All right.
All right, let's tell our one viewer, say good night. And
Good
they
night,
click off.
Good night, every viewer. Yeah.
Yep. Good night. Appreciate. Thank you. If you sat through two and a half hours of this madness, you're crazy. We'll talk to you next Saturday
we love
night.
you for it.
But we love you for it. Yeah. Thank you. Good night.